class. Today's speech will be on the historical significance of airplanes. I chose airplanes because airplanes are one of the most important forms of transportation in the world today. The airplane had its first successful flight in 1903. The Wright brothers are the inventors of the airplane. I believe the airplane is important in today because it still helps us grow food and crops to this day. Crop dusters, sharecropping, a lot of farmers still use those mini airplanes to farm. And that's still a good deal. We still use fresh products in farming, so I believe that is very important in today. Moving large groups and travel. You like to travel as a family and vacation. I think the airplane is the best way to get from the south to the north if you want to see snow, if you want to see the mountains. I think it's better to take an airplane to get you there quicker than it is to take a car as well as a train. I know back in the days it took months, and it still takes months for ships to sail from the U.S. on to overseas, Europe and whatnot. So the airplane cuts that time tremendously, from months to just hours. It'll take you about a day just to fly overseas, and I think that's great. The airplane has to be one of the most important historical events to take place. Like I said, it helped grow us food. It's really fast as far as vacations and travels, and it helped us win probably every war we've ever been in. From just sneaking around up on the enemy, bombing. I think the aircraft has been one of the many staples of just U.S. history. Like I say, from food to travel to wars, I think airplane has been around just as long as medicine. I think it's just as important as just the car or the train. And it's really a mystery, just like a submarine. How submarines kind of float, stay underwater for so long, we don't quite know how airplanes just stay over air and it's such heavy objects. I believe they made airplanes way safer than they have before first flights. The Wright brothers didn't quite know what they were doing when they were making the airplane. They just knew that they wanted to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. It's way safer than it was in those days. They actually didn't have any engines. They actually didn't have any cover. So I think they did a great job of just taking the basic information in basic format and just making it greater to this day. So as far as significance in history goes, I think the airplane has to be one of the greatest staples of history, period. Next to pyramids, next to cars, next to medicine, next to just schools, everything. I think that is just as important as those things. And I would like to thank you for sharing that time with me. You have a blessed day.